Dan and Nina.
Thank you, Carol.
Carol's with us throughout the day today. Let's bring you up to date with another story, an amazing story. Martin Hibbert and his daughter Eve were the closest people to the Manchester Arena bomb to survive. After suffering 22 shrapnel wounds and a severed spinal cord, Martin was told he would never walk again.
But since then, he's taken on a number of gruelling fundraising challenges. And this year, he's aiming for the toughest one yet, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. Graham Satchell has been to see him and see how his team are preparing.
5 minutes past 6, it's Tuesday morning, and right now we're going to get the news, the travel and the weather. Wherever you're waking up, we'll have the national headlines about 6:30 for you.
To George Parker, political editor of the Financial Times, and Sonia Soda, chief lead writer.
Morning, everybody.
So, talking about the completion of what has been a brilliant FA Cup third round. I loved it.
It was brilliant. Yeah. It was really interesting actually listening to Harrison Cambridge talking on the radio. He was saying they allowed themselves one beer on the bus back from Newcastle, obviously, with that huge upset over the weekend. Yeah, and you kind of think just probably
one beer between them.
One, but I think exactly. Sharon, everyone has a little sip. No, yeah, it's just interesting, isn't it? You kind of think, how do you celebrate? And I guess in the sort of
they're in the middle of an important season, aren't they?
Sort of low-key celebrations, I think, for Cambridge. But yeah, we now have the fourth round complete with Manchester United progressing, so they'll face Middlesbrough in the fourth round. So yeah, the FA Cup fourth round draw is complete, but knocking out Aston Villa.
They needed that win, didn't they?
They did, yeah. Ralph Rangnick, the Manchester United manager.
It wasn't great, was it? I mean,
it wasn't great, and they haven't been playing brilliant football. But I mean, the result I think will certainly count there.
He looks very trim there, doesn't he?
Does. I think that's probably part of the new regime.
Well, hopefully that's inspired someone else.
Have you taken on a?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
I bought a watch that counts my steps, and I thought that counts, doesn't it?
It's a start.
It's
like something. Your desk before you start your revision.
You're trying, okay?
And I might buy some new trainers.
Yeah.
That always helps,
put them out.
doesn't it?
Yeah, leave them by the front door. They might take themselves out.
Thank you, John, for inspiring us all. Let's find out what's happening with the weather coming back. Them saying that he could stay in Australia, that he could compete at the Australian Open, which starts next week, and overnight we've seen him training at the Rod Laver Arena.
Yeah, absolutely. The saga's very much continuing, isn't it? And it does so today. I mean, interestingly, hearing from Russell Fuller, our tennis correspondent out in Melbourne, and Shaima Khalil as well this morning, and still no word as yet from the Australian government as to whether they're going to activate that so-called nuclear option, which has been referred to, and still deport Novak Djokovic despite that victory which came in court. But we've seen him back out.
He's back training.
He has been back out on court twice. And interestingly, the only pictures we've sort of seen of him is out on court at Rod Laver Arena. But interestingly, those sort of the feed of the pictures that come through from the TV cameras courtside, that feed was turned off. So the only pictures we had were kind of an aerial drone shot of Novak Djokovic back out on court. But seemingly, he's trying to treat it as business as usual.
You just wonder how you get your headspace back in the zone, don't you, after that?
It will be interesting,
5 days, wasn't it?
That's why he's world number one.
He'll hope that the tennis will do the talking, but he's certainly going to face some pretty tough questions, I think it's fair to say, in numerous press conferences. Yeah,
a very close friend now because of that.
Which is amazing. And here you are now, climbing Kilimanjaro together. What are your... Obviously, as you say, you were heavily medicated at that time, but obviously you had a huge impact on Martin.
Yep.
Good to see that you're dreaming big.
Of course.
And we will continue to follow. Start of June.
Yeah, we fly out end of May and we start 2nd of June. Okay. So, yeah.
My own advice is eat all the time, OK? But we'll keep
I just love Stuart's reaction of, it looks quite high.
Thanks, fellas. All the best.
Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you.
We have got Shane Warne coming up shortly for you, but right now, a little earlier than normal, the news, the travel and the weather wherever you are.
Fine.
Yeah.
You were, at the peak of your powers. You were at the very top of your sport, Shane. And we've already had Boris Becker on the programme today. You're in Melbourne talking about Novak Djokovic. It's one of those, whether you love sport or not, whether you're into tennis or not, it's one of those fascinating stories what's going on in Australia at the moment, isn't it? Where do you sit on this Novak debate about the start of the Aussie Open, which is next Monday?
Like Sam might have been presented with an opportunity in a business where the culture isn't great, but they're young and they're loyal to the firm is loyal to them, and you might develop in a workplace not knowing that that's dysfunctional, and it happens, doesn't it?
Of course it